the parenting theme here. It's funny, she's talking about emotional intelligence, and your book covers that. We'll get into that in just a second. But summer break, it's just around the corner, and while kids are excited, I know parents may think that the routines could go out the window, which is a little bit nerve-wracking. So here to tell us more about the transitioning, making it smoother, is best-selling author and founder of Seed and Sow, Alyssa Campbell.
Hello.
Welcome. So summer is fun, like we mentioned, but it can be challenging for kids. Why would you say that is?
Yeah, they are out of routine, and our nervous system craves routine for predictability. Helps us feel safe. It helps us know what to expect and what's coming next. And when we enter into summer, a lot of that goes out the window.
Yeah. And to that point, though, there are some, obviously the kids don't want to be in school, but there are some transferable things that they can take into their summer. What would you say those things are?
That's right. So when we're looking at dysregulation, one of the things we like to focus on is what we call the FACTS framework. So we start with food, activity, connection, tune out, sleep. When we're looking at this, we're saying, when was the last time this child had food that maybe they're just hangry, right? Like, where are my hangry people at? And then we have activity. What was the last activity they had, or movement, or even just like, my son will hang upside down on the couch when he's watching TV, and like that counts. That upside down hang counts. Connection. When was the last time they had some connection of undivided attention? That my phone's away, I'm not distracted by something else, and it doesn't have to be a lot of time. It can be 3 minutes, it could be 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be like a half hour of time. Tune out. When was the last time they could just be in a space where it was calm and maybe dark or quiet? Every parent, I'm sure, can relate to the feeling of like, please put me in a room where I can just
be in my thoughts.
Nobody's talking to me or touching me or needs anything from me. Giving our kids that gift too. And then sleep. When was the last time they had sleep? How was their sleep? How far are we from sleep? To be like, push that bedtime later because it's summer and we're doing something. And now they're just really tired, and that's where we're seeing those outbursts.
That keeps it well balanced too. All those things. That's perfect. And there's always the inevitable, I'm bored. So what are tips that you use to combat that?
Yeah, can speak from experience as a mom of two. So
and they're young too.
That's right. The I'm bored is really what I want to lean into is less activity and more helping them learn, what does your body need? So being able to ask them that exact question. What does your body need? Do you need to move? Does it need some quiet time where maybe you're going to listen to an audio book or do an activity like coloring, drawing, reflecting? We have a parent on our team who was just sharing her 10-year-old daughter has gotten really into like journaling and writing notes back and forth to their friends.
Oh, I love that.
And so really tapping into like, does your body need that? Some downtime to write when a screen isn't a choice, instead of just finding another activity to prevent boredom, really turning to them and saying, what does your body need?
See, I wish you were advising my parents during my dad's a teacher, so in the summer he would just assign me more homework. I like your method better.
Sure.
But by the way, before we go, you have a book that's coming out soon.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about it really quickly.
Yeah, so I wrote Tiny Humans, Big Emotions, came out in 2023, and that's really those early childhood years. And that came out, and everyone was like, great, what about my big kids? So we wrote Big Kids, Bigger Feelings, comes out in September 16th. It's available for pre-order now, and it's really geared toward the like 5 to 12-year-old range, our elementary school kids, and helping them navigate the skills for building emotional intelligence alongside the adults who are supporting them in building it.
Which is just as important.
That's right.
Where can we find you online and make sure we're getting more tips? And of course, we know when the book comes out.
Sure. We are at Seed and Sow, S-E-W, on Instagram and really everywhere. We work with a lot of school districts, so we come into school districts and do a lot of this work with them alongside families.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for the work that you're doing, and I'm looking forward to the book coming out.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you all so much for joining the show today. By the way, before we go, make sure you're following at The Hub today. We're very close to I was about to make a number, 11,000. I want to say 100,000 followers. So make sure you're following us. We'll be back tomorrow.